One of my longtime contentions is that we live in a post political world, and consequently, the implications of this are indeed profound because living in a world where politics are irrelevant to the vast majority of the population, we have a situation where those people, not being politically aware, you might say, are not in a lot of ways fully formed human beings. I think one of the primary causes, or certainly the indications of humanity, is suffering. So suffering makes the human, and human makes the suffering, and kind of is a endless cycle. But the point of the matter is that in this circumstance, I wanted to talk about the trades and young men going into the trades, and a lot of old people complaining that, oh, we're losing all this background. It's old people running everything. Young men just don't have that, and they don't. A lot of young men don't have that spark or desire to maintain the infrastructure, and there's a reason for that, and that is because nobody has a desire or ambition, or it's not in human nature to maintain. There's the problem is there's no young men really desirous of improving upon the situation. They've all drunk the Kool-Aid in the United States. So even right or left, no young people actually want to improve on the situation for the purpose of glorification. They want to improve on the situation to perhaps even for their own self-exaltation. They want to do it so the world won't burn up with global warming or what have you. Or they're just simply content to be middle management and manage the decline. But none of them are interested in genuinely improving the system. And this has always been an area of interest to young men, but right now it's not. And it's very interesting that how the old people have psyoped the young, and they've done it on purpose because they have a whiff of immortality in the air. They think that there's a possibility they could live forever and lord it over the young people for 1,000 years, and younger people for 1,000 years. And this is a big opportunity that has not emerged for some considerable period of time for humanity. And this is, of course, necessitating the day of the pillow in the near future. But when you get down to it, they're individuals. The old men don't want the young men to learn anything. And this is very interesting because I actively engage in teaching younger men a lot of things and a lot of skills that I learned from very old men. And I'm always trying to learn new things from old men and learn techniques and tricks of the trade and so forth and so on. And I don't see this being very commonplace. Every time I say, I'm going to go see the old man. You guys want to go hang out with him? And no other individual ever wants to do that. Nobody ever wants to go hang out with the old man and learn some stuff from him or get his opinion on anything and related to actual the theory and practice of the trade. So I think this is very interesting and very indicative of it. But again, I don't blame the younger generation for being that way. I think the majority of the older generation made them that way on purpose. And I'll take the example of Prak. Now, Prak is the epitome of selfishness. And, God bless him, because he needs all of God's blessings that he can get. But Prak's never done anything for anybody, and he never will. But just by a few examples, Prak knows better than to complain about anything because he knows what he's done, and he's going to face his fate as he can. But, it's just in terms of hunting. Prak has never took a junior hunting in his life, and he never would. He's naturally just too self-centered, and he always has been. So he can't complain. There's no young people hunting anymore. Oh, we got a problem. Deer overpopulation, this and that. Prak is allegedly something of a tradesman, but you'll never see him teaching younger people anything. People say, oh, well, there's no young people want to learn anything. There's no young people around. Now, look at these Zoomers. Look at these Wiggers. Look at so on and so forth. Well, there's actually a basic, simple formula for finding young people. You look up a homeschooling group, or you might have to go to a couple of homeschooling groups, but out of the entire group, they're going to have a couple of heterosexual male boys, because a lot of people don't realize this, but homeschoolers are actually often more gayer and pathetic than kids that were indoctrinated in the public schools. See Microbius for more information on this. So find those two. It's a very easy matter of finding those two heterosexual homeschool kids those homeschool boys who want to have hands-on training, who are eager, alert, attentive, polite, and respectful of their elders, and train them. Do some good, do something based, do some activisms. But no, Prack would never be caught dead. He would rather die than do something like this. He would rather suffer another stroke and suffer utter paralysis, because then everybody has to wait on him hand and foot. And that is Prack's dream, if you get right down to it. So, I'm not bashing Prack. A lot of people don't understand this. I'm using Prack to illustrate a point. And the fact that he is this way, I don't have a problem with it, to be honest. I ain't knocking Prack for being the way he is. Prack is Prack, peace be upon him, God bless him, He needs like I said, he needs every blessing he can get. And the point of the matter is that his generation is like that, and it's just the way it is. And this is why young people can't find mentors or teachers or masters to help them in their journey or quest for knowledge or life. And people would rather complain about the situation than actively engage in repairing the situation by seizing their own autonomy and using it. People are very interested in complaining and just causing trouble. Or in Prack's case, he's evolved from all that, but nevertheless he's still the problem, and as are you.